Now you got Boots Ennis who's in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, you know.
Man, great. Bud always been like that. Without a question, solid. You know what I'm saying?
You think there's anything left for him, coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he gonna fight next.
160, you can see him fight 160.
I wouldn't do nothing crazy. He looked at excellent. He looked at excellent.
Is there anybody?
Most from
No, I'm trying to figure out what their team gonna do next. I want to see what's
He's
next.
talking about 160, coach. I mean, the only thing down there is maybe like a middleweight tournament, 2 fights undisputed, something like that. But if not that, then what for Bud?
Who?
Well, they were talking about Jaron Ennis going to 160. Possibly going. Jaron Ennis going to 160.
If he go to 160, then we got another mega fight.
You think that's a mega fight?
I don't know that yet, but I'm saying, and the boxing fans that know boxing would say that's another mega fight.
Stay away from it. And by the way, there's this brother coming up, Molly. His name is Boots Ennis. This brother's special. You don't want to go in the ring against after that beating. Molly, it was so bad. I swear to y'all, I am not exaggerating. Yeah.
Terence Bud Crawford has shocked the boxing world, yet again fresh off the biggest win of his career after defeating Canelo Alvarez and becoming the first boxer in history to secure undisputed championships in 3 different weight classes. Crawford stepped into a live interview and made the announcement supporters had been waiting to hear.
Everything you said about fighting not being there spiritually, mentally, you think that might have affected Canelo, or that was just a skill difference was too wide?
I do think he was a little mentally tired. He's been at that level for a long time. Right. 11 fights in 4 years. That's a lot.
Timing was perfect for Crawford.
Yeah.
He said it himself at the press conference. He said timing was everything. Perfect timing. Everything.
That's right.
His whole career was on timing.
He was mentally tired, but you got to give Crawford his credit, man. To keep your mind that mentally fresh and sharp and go out there and perform like that, that's a win itself. Mm-hmm. Not even just beating your opponent. For your mind to be that fresh, come fight next. It's a reason.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been in this trainer before, so.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a no-brainer.
Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he has this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
He stated without hesitation that his next target is Jaron Boots Ennis, the same fighter widely viewed as one of the most avoided and most dangerous young champions in the sport, now a man already praised as an all-time great, is setting his sights on Ennis as his upcoming opponent. This fight could mark the start of a new era. It could bring 2 generations face to face, or it could serve as the moment Crawford proves once again that he stands above everyone. Crawford did not simply beat Canelo Alvarez, he shifted the landscape of boxing. Before that bout, many doubted him. They questioned whether a fighter who made his name at 135, 140, and 147 could really handle a true super middleweight like Canelo competing at 168.
Should Bud go to 160? I think Bud should do what he want to do. Are you going to the Crawford race on Saturday? I believe I am going. Yes, I believe that I am going. I have to look at my schedule and stuff.
Crawford did more than handle the test. He dictated the fight from the opening bell to the final round over 12 rounds. He remained more precise, adapted more effectively, and repeatedly outclassed Canelo, earning a clear win on the judges' scorecards.
Canelo couldn't really keep up with him. He was too fast. His feet, footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically went every round, so
yeah.
Honestly. But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of boxers?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. Mm-hmm. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or
Greatest of all time.
yeah?
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he definitely one of the greatest of all time for sure.
That win accomplished more than adding Canelo undisputed belts to his record. It secured his place as the clear number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in boxing. There is nothing left to debate, and no case left to argue. Crawford now sits by himself at the summit.
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
Following that display, the discussion changed completely. The focus moved from questioning if he fits in with the elite to asking if he should be considered the greatest of all time. With that kind of praise comes greater expectations, because once you stand at the top, every contender is coming after you.
Terence Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford. We've just got to go out and get the fights to show how great he is.
Jaron "Boots" Ennis has been targeting Crawford for quite some time. He is unbeaten with 34 wins, and 30 of those coming by knockout in the welterweight division. He earned a reputation as the opponent many chose to steer clear of, with some even admitting they wanted no part of that fight. Ennis delivers speed, strength, and relentless pressure whenever he enters the ring. And at only 27 years old, he is stepping into the prime years of his career.
A lot of people compare Ennis with Crawford, but Ennis always says he's got a completely different style, and the only similarity is they both switch. Do you agree with that?
I 100% agree with that. Me personally, I think that Terence Crawford boxes a hell of a lot more in the moment, phenomenal fighter in the moment, and I think Ennis is a lot more of a chess player.
Jaron "Boots" Ennis has been targeting Crawford for quite some time. He is unbeaten with 34 wins, and 30 of those coming by knockout in the welterweight division. He earned a reputation as the opponent many chose to steer clear of, with some even admitting they wanted no part of that fight. Ennis delivers speed, strength, and relentless pressure whenever he enters the ring. And at only 27 years old, he is stepping into the prime years of his career.
What about the Terence Crawford fight? I'm tired of answering questions about it. He already said millions of times that he not fighting me or looking my way, so I'm just tired of answering those questions, you know. And if a fight happened, it happened. You know, I wanted it to happen, but if not, yeah.
For a long time, supporters have argued about what might happen if Crawford, the calculated technician, faced Ennis, the hungry rising talent. Now, that scenario is no longer just speculation. Crawford has openly expressed that he is ready to accept the challenge and turn the matchup into a real event.
The fight that everybody wants to see. Yeah. I want to do it.
Do you respect him as, like, when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so...
I understand it, but don't lie or kept to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called and we said we never heard nothing else back about it. So I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But don't be capping on the net, acting like this, acting like that.
In a live interview after defeating Canelo, Crawford did not avoid the question. When Ennis was mentioned, he clearly stated that he would consider taking the fight. The response throughout boxing was instant and strong. The reason is straightforward. Crawford does not require this matchup. He could walk away today with a 42-0 record, his legacy intact, and be remembered among the all-time greats. Instead of choosing comfort, he is openly talking about facing Ennis, a fighter whose name many others prefer not to mention.
Who do you like watching now?
Terence Crawford, one of my favorites to watch now. I love Terence Crawford, and I like to watch NUA too. NUA can fight. And you know who else I like to watch though? I like to watch Boots.
Oh, okay.
Boots, I love watching Boots. Boots got game.
He's a fighter.
People don't understand Boots got game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Boots, every now and then he messes on the defense a little bit, but Boots got game.
Boots versus Terence Crawford.
Now, Boots hasn't proven himself enough to tell me for me to say that he gonna beat Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford is a different kind of animal.
Proven.
You feel me? Proven stud. You understand where I'm coming from? But Boots, if anybody could be Bud, in the future, it would probably be a Boots because Boots got enough tools to be in it.
That is the reason so many fans admire Crawford. He does not just take big fights. He actively pursues the dangerous challenges that others tell him to stay away from.
I'm trying to tell you, 154, man, it's mine. 154 is mine, and they're gonna see, you know, and they're gonna see, and just stay tuned. And like I said, when I handle business October 11th, we're gonna see.
The main issue now is deciding the division for a Crawford against Ennis. Showdown Ennis owns the WBA welterweight belt at 147, while Crawford has already left that class behind. He has fought at 154 and most recently shocked the sport at 168. Cutting back down to 147 does not seem realistic. A stronger possibility is a meeting at 154 or perhaps even 160. Ennis has the frame to move up, and at 38 Crawford is not likely to force himself through another draining weight cut. For both men, 154 or 160 looks like the most sensible option.
Hello, first things first. A lot has been made about your sparring session with Boots Ennis. How did that happen? What happened?
I cannot say much, but he called us and say if he can go and sparring with me and everything. I say, of course, right? A fighter like me, we always want great sparrings because there is the thing, right? And I have history with the family because 14 years ago, his older brother helped me for Sugar Shane Motley and Alfonso Gomez. So it's Derek Ennis. So he helped me. So he was 14 years old at that time, by the way. And it was good, very good. And I'm very grateful with him because he made that time to go and give me a...
That is where the danger increases. At heavier divisions, Crawford might give up a bit of quickness, but his skill and ring intelligence are still there. Ennis, meanwhile, is younger, powerful, and continuing to grow into his body, which adds even more intrigue to the matchup. There is also an interesting detail. Ennis played a role in helping Canelo get ready for his fight with Crawford.
I was here, Keith. You ready? Man? Yeah, of course, baby. On this way? Yeah, man. You know, it's a fight you ain't gonna want to miss, man. One time back. I told you the comeback 2025 is the key.
What do you think about Ennis joining Canelo for the Crawford camp?
Hey, good stuff. You think that matters? That's beautiful. Anywhere. That's beautiful, man. You know, when you...
It's a good move.
That's world class. That's, you know, I mean, it's the best switch hitter he can get. That's not his opponent, you know. It's champions working with champions, you know. In the modern day and age, man, you don't get that a lot, you know. It reminds me back when I was supposed to fight Marcos Maidana, and I got Sean Porter for sparring.
Thank you, boss. You
know, so I like it.
Yes, that is true. Ennis worked in camp and sparred alongside Canelo team. As they prepared to face Bud Crawford, he was involved in shaping the game plan designed to break down and solve Crawford style.
He's not me.
Yeah.
You know, as much as a lot of people, you know, say we have similarities and, you know, we switch a lot and we fight a lot. He's not me, you know, and I'm not him. So.
Tim had said comparison that like he's like a Chrysler 300 and you're like a Bentley.
Yeah, like once again, like he's not me. You know, he's trying to get to where I'm at. You know, he's where he at, I'm where I'm at. You know, he got a long way to go.
The twist is that Canelo was still defeated. Now consider this: Ennis gained direct insight while helping prepare for Crawford in camp, yet Crawford has already overcome the very fighter Ennis was supporting.
Sorry? Should Crawford retire? Do you know what? Someone said the other day, and it's very true, because I actually said it about Usyk. We've got a real tendency, haven't we, to kind of try and retire people off? Do you know what I mean? Like I said with Usyk, I think now he should retire. And everyone's like, why do you want him to retire? It's like, I just think it's a great way to go out. I actually also think that Crawford could move down and win a world title at 160. And that would make him, what, 6 division champ? 5, 35, 40, 47, 54, 6 division champion. But the problem is Terence Crawford now is really only going to want to fight for big money, and there's only certain fights that can generate that kind of money. So Shakur, he was obviously very close to him, seemed to say so maybe that's it.
This is more than a routine. Bauta carries a personal edge. Ennis could treat it as an opportunity to make up for what happened, while Crawford may look at it as a statement that even with help he still came out on top and can do it again against Ennis. The sport is buzzing with opinions. Commentators such as Max Kellerman believe Crawford should continue and show he can defeat anyone in any division. At the same time, promoters like Eddie Hearn feel he could step away unbeaten and protect the legacy he has built.
As his trainer, do you feel like he should just sell off into the sunset after this monumental
Well,
win?
you know what? They made it look so easy. You know what I'm saying? Got 2-3 more in him. You know what I'm saying? Train camp will try harder. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think a move to 160 would make sense?
I mean, if you want to do it, you know, it'd be a challenge if you want to challenge yourself. Yeah, I don't mind.
Ennis has also come forward to call out Crawford, pushing him to take on one more serious test. Some analysts say Crawford has nothing left to prove, but supporters still want to find out whether the experienced champion can deal with a determined rising star. This kind of clash between different generations is what keeps boxing exciting.
Do you think Ennis is the guy to give Crawford like trouble in there if they were ever to fight?
I think that would be a great fight. You know, the young hungry lion versus the legend. That would be a hell of a fight. Maybe 160. If it's a vacant title at 160, I think that they can make that happen for sure. I think it just has to make sense for both parties. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think if there's a vacant belt, Crawford's gonna want to be 6th division champion, and then he'll make Ennis move up to 160. I think they could do it at 160.
How could this matchup play out? Crawford is an elite switch hitter who moves smoothly between orthodox and southpaw stances. He carefully reads his opponents, makes smart adjustments as the rounds progress, and often finishes bouts with sharp, accurate work and strong closing moments.
Personally, I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today. Somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without a question.
Ennis, meanwhile, is dynamic, unpredictable, and highly athletic. He throws from awkward angles, has true stopping power in either hand, and possesses the speed to pressure any rival. Crawford advantage comes from his experience, sharp ring awareness, and calm mindset. Ennis counters with youth, intensity, and non-stop determination. This contest would deliver non-stop action. The real issue is whether Crawford age becomes a factor at 38. Many boxers have already stepped away or are no longer at their peak.
Like Canelo, would you ever entertain a fight with the Mexican monster David Benavidez? What you want, Canelo? What you want, Canelo?
You gotta understand, like.
But I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't, you know.
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. You know what I mean? His brother was big when I fought him. But, you know what I mean? Benavidez is a big dude. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. Like, he might be thick, you know what I mean? But he's not a big dude. You know what I mean? Like, Benavidez is like 6 foot something. You know what I mean? Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude. Like, you know what I mean?
And he's skilled, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah. So what you're saying is like, because I fought that at one point when Volkanovski was champion. I had retired. You know, I had retired, and I was like, dude, the only fight that I would really want to come back for is to fight a dude. I'm 5'4". This dude's fucking 5'6", and he's pound for pound. Right. So that's I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size him up.
Yeah.
You just size him up, especially when you going into a bigger weight class like that, you know what I mean, you size him up and you see, you know, your advantages and his advantages. You know, I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. You know, he might got the size, the power. You know, I feel like, you know, I got the better skills, boxing skills.